Welcome to another video. My name is Electric Ben and this is the Macan Electric. First of all, what is it? And secondly, could it be the perfect one-car garage? Stay tuned, because you're going to want to see this. The first thing I want to bring to your attention is this super annoying key fob. I mean, the top button surely is the unlock button, but no, on the Macan Electric, you press it and then this happens. I mean, what's that about? So yeah, super annoying about the key, but on the flip side, this is a really intelligent use of space, and owing to Porsche's premium platform electric bespoke EV architecture, enables the front to actually be a really usable space. It's angled slightly so it doesn't sit like completely flat along the bottom, but for shopping bags and that type of thing, a great use of space. Now, looking at the front of this vehicle, I love the fact that this car has a split personality, and this is a great opportunity for me to just highlight the two sections of light projection at the front here. It's got a really aggressive, I'm gonna take you outside and fight you kind of look about it. I think it looks super mean. I just like the fact that there's lots of straight lines. I think Porsche have absolutely smashed it out the park. And in terms of that Porsche DNA, if you're moving from Macan internal combustion engine vehicle to this, you can tell that it's all part of the same family. Moving around those 22-inch wheels, my goodness, they have no right to be on a car of this size, but it wears them incredibly well. I love the design on this particular vehicle as well. One of the characteristics of this car, which really makes it a Porsche, is the Porsche flyline, which again is evident on this Macan Electric. It wouldn't be in this particular color. If it was my car, I would have the roof rails and the window surrounds all in kind of a gloss black color perhaps, but that is a personal choice. Finally, moving around to the rear of this car, I love the light bar. The tail lights make such a statement in low light, just connecting the left and the right of the car, accentuating width, and it really separates itself from its competitors in lower light especially. I'm a big fan. I think that you can tell that it's a Macan, but it's evolved. You can see the evolution in the design, and I'm a massive fan. Overall, Porsche had a massive job on their hands here, but I think by the skin of their teeth, they've absolutely smashed it. You join me inside the Macan Electric, and probably the first thing I want to point out is I just haven't really gelled with these doors. I mean, I don't know why. I've just found that they're a little bit, I just don't know. I feel like it should feel a bit more premium. I mean, on the flip side, yes, they're pillarless, so that real motorsport feel, you get that straight away in this car, but yeah, I just feel like that feels like a bit of an afterthought. Looking at the actual vehicle itself, I love the mode selector on the steering wheel here. Again, reflects that motorsport heritage. And you've got a sub-second clock / compass, which is on this vehicle. Again, just all adding to making the vehicle feel really special. Two big digital screens here. The one in front of you is perfect. Lots of different screens you can take a look at, really personalize your journey. The central screen here, not massive fan to be honest. It's quite difficult to navigate your way around, but again, set and forget is probably the headline here. Lots of interior space, seats feel super comfortable, gives you lots of confidence when you're chucking it into B-road bends. The climate control, I just feel like it could be a little bit more in view rather than having to take your eyes off the road, but I'm sure that'll come with muscle memory. Overall, rear space, fantastic. Boot space, very usable. And all in all, although there are a couple of frustrations here, it's a beautiful place to be. So now you know what it looks like, let's get it out on the road. Now that I'm inside the Macan Electric, what do I actually think? Well, before I get there and before I tell you my real world opinion of this car, let me just hit you with some numbers. This car has a 100 kilowatt hour battery, 95 kilowatt hours of those 100 kilowatt hours are usable. It's an astounding number to me. I didn't think they would go as high as 100 kilowatt hours, but hey, this car disguises its weight really well. Now, this is a Porsche. It's all about performance. So 0 to 62 miles an hour takes just 5.7 seconds. 0 to 60 miles an hour takes just 5.4 seconds. And for a base model vehicle, this car can absolutely shift. When you think about instant torque with an electric car, this has all of those types of qualities, those characteristics. You're not going to be wanting for more power in this car. It has 800 volt architecture, which means that it can accept up to 270 kilowatts DC and also up to 11 kilowatts AC. So if you're in the UK and you're charging using a 7 kilowatt home wall box, for instance, you're going to be absolutely fine, no problem whatsoever. Now let's get into range. Now, range is a real, and has been a real sticking problem, a real challenge for Porsche. Now, a lot of lessons have been learned from Taycan. Clearly, when Taycan was first released, they had a range guide, and often the guide wasn't enough. It wasn't enough of an indication as to what you can expect. This car can give you up to 399 miles on a combined cycle. That is a hefty, that is a weighty, that is a really big number to just throw out there on a combined cycle. But of course, in the winter, you're not going to achieve anywhere near that number, I would say. But actually, as a ballpark figure, on the combined cycle, 399 miles, you're probably looking at 330, 340 in the real world, I would imagine. Obviously, it depends on lots and lots of different things. But actually, I think early 300s is probably a sensible number to aim for. And if you're getting more and you're driving sensibly, then treat that as a bonus. That's certainly how I would look at that. So in terms of how this car actually behaves, well, I love one pedal driving. My little mini electric is absolutely phenomenal when it comes to that. I'm on and off the accelerator pedal all the time. I'm not switching between pedals. And this car, unfortunately, in my opinion, having taken some lessons from Taycan, still aren't offering customers that one pedal drive feel. I feel like it's a detriment to this car. Yes, you're using your brake pedal, and I understand it's a Porsche. Porsche customers want to interact with the car. For me, I just think that on and off the power all the time using one pedal, or at least having the ability to be able to use one pedal, would be a massive thing for this car. I think that's probably the big thing for me, that if I had the money, I would be thinking whether or not it's where I want to be and what I want to do. That for me would be a deal breaker. But actually, for a lot of customers who are coming from internal combustion, and let's face it, a lot of Macan internal combustion engine customers are looking at Macan Electric as a potential next vehicle. And if they're used to coming on and off, if they're used to coming off the accelerator pedal and onto the brake, then this is going to be absolutely fine. But as someone who drives electric and loves that one pedal experience, you're not going to get that in this car. This specific car has something called Power Steering Plus. I'm a big fan of this feature. This is a feature that allows you to, if you're driving at higher speeds, the car will actually firm up. It feels like that's what's going on. The steering wheel, in terms of its direction, will kind of firm up a little bit more, just to give you that more race car feel. But when you're in town and you're in those multi-story car parks, the steering understands what's going on and lightens that steering feel to make it much easier to maneuver, much easier to park, and a real pleasure to drive in and around town. I think one of the big things that I love about the lessons that have been learned from Taycan is actually on the steering wheel itself. You've got this gear selector just here, this mode selector, should I say, which allows you to essentially move between different drive modes, and it's so easy to find on this steering wheel. One of the big lessons from Taycan, in my opinion, is that they had an option in a drive mode called range. Range is just not a word you want to see in a performance car. Range insinuates you're only using this to conserve energy. You've got very little energy left and you're worried about just trying to get home. That whole story about range, actually, it doesn't do the electric vehicle car in terms of the car itself or the customer, for instance. That is just, to me, that is such a big red flag. It inspires anxiousness. And what Porsche have done here is they've actually, when you're driving the car, they've actually pulled together range and normal and just called it normal. Because, and why wouldn't you? I mean, no one who is coming from internal combustion is now thinking this is a get me home mode. Normal is just normal, it's comfort. And built in with that is the range mode capability. I think it's an inspired move, if I'm honest. I think for customers who are new to electric, whether you're new to Porsche or new to electric vehicles in general, this is going to be something that you won't even think about. Whereas in Taycan, it was on a lot of customers' minds, just having looked at Facebook groups and what people are saying. So for me, this is a really, really big plus. Now, inside the actual vehicle itself, you've got lots of screens here. You've got the digital display in front of you, and you've got the central display here as well. Really easy to navigate your way around. The voice control for me is absolutely fantastic. It's one of the things that I love about it, because it's so accurate, and you don't have to tell it 3 million times just to do the simplest thing. Other than that, you've got the steering wheel, which is a fairly thin steering wheel, but that's very typical Porsche. I know other German manufacturers like a really thick steering wheel. This, actually, you feel like you're in complete control. It's giving you a lot of feedback through it, which is exactly what you want, especially when you're driving at higher speed. And speaking of higher speed, what's it like from an agility and cornering perspective? My goodness me. This is one of the best cars that I have ever driven. The seats keep you nice and tucked in. You feel really secure as you're pushing around B-road bends. You've got the steering wheel, like I mentioned, that actually you get all of that feedback, which is fantastic. When you're driving, yes, you don't get that one pedal feel, but you can tell using the digital display when it's recovering or when it's recouping energy using the brake pedal, which actually is a bit of an EV nerd, and I don't mind telling you that actually I really like to see that. I like to see the vehicle recouping energy at every possible moment. I don't like to see energy going to waste, and I think having driven electric cars for just over a couple of years now, that to me is a really nice thing. Other than that, is this car a Porsche, essentially? I would say absolutely. This is a sports car in disguise. This is a sports car that can give you practicality, performance, it can give you cornering ability, and what I would say is, in terms of its power delivery, is it's relentless. This is the rear-wheel drive Macan Electric. It shouldn't be able to do the things that this car can do. I'm absolutely blown away by how this car drives. It's braking, for that matter. What a good time to talk about braking. The brakes are absolutely on point. You feel really, really inspired by them. You can just plant your foot on the brake pedal and you will absolutely come to a stop. So for me, I think this is 100% a Porsche. Anyone that tells you that the Macan Electric is not a real Porsche, you just go no. Jump in the car with them and take them on a B-road blast. You are not going to be disappointed. Is this car enough to maybe be a one-car garage car? A money no object? A car that can do anything and everything? You know what? I didn't think that car existed. I genuinely didn't think that was a thing. But now, I think I'm pretty much sold. This is amazing to drive. It's fantastic when you're putting your foot down. It's easy to maneuver in town. It's a car that when you want, you can take the kids to school and on the way back, drive like you've stolen it and put a huge smile on your face. This is what this car does. I'm absolutely taken aback by the capability of this car, and I would absolutely urge you to book your test drive and put what I've said to the test. This car, hey, it's a car that I would certainly love to have in my garage. So what do I think of this car? In summary, it's incredible. It's blisteringly fast. It's super easy to park. It's really, really nimble. And like I mentioned earlier, the power is relentless. This is going to be an amazing car for 95 to 99% of people who are looking for an electric SUV. In fact, no, actually scrap that. You're looking for a performance car, because this is a performance car in sheep's clothing. Oh my goodness, this car is unbelievable. Did I say it was a good car? No, actually I did. It's an incredible car. Who would this car really appeal to? It will appeal to people who are new to EV. It will appeal to people who are driving a Macan but the internal combustion engine version, and also people who are already driving an electric car. It ticks all of the boxes. So what is it? It's a performance car, but it also happens to be practical. And is it a Porsche? 100%. Could it make for a perfect one-car garage? Let me have a think. Yes, it definitely could. It absolutely would. This would be on my shortlist for the perfect one-car garage. It's unbelievable. A massive thank you to Porsche Centre Teesside for loaning me this car today. It's been an absolute joy to drive. And make sure you like and subscribe this video and, of course, the Electric Ben YouTube channel. I'll see you in the next one.